Okay. Hi. Hi. Hey, do you want to go live together? I didn't know you were free right now. Hey, do you want to go live together? I didn't know you were free right now. Okay. That's alright. I was really hoping that the chat would show up on my TV. That's like the entire reason I pulled it up. Wait, hold on. Live chat. Type something. I want to see if that worked because I tried something on my TV. This is such a mess. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna actually just start the painting. Because why not? Might turn on the flash. Oh my god, that's better. Okay. At least on my end. Do you have a tablet, a second phone, or a computer you could use? Oh my god, I got it to work. It's actually showing up on my TV now. It's all good. False alarm. Also, thank you for watching, because that allowed me to see that I made a mistake last time I streamed. Because I thought that it counted the amount of people watching, including my TV. So I ended my stream last time thinking that nobody was seeing it when somebody was, in fact, watching. And I thought it was just my own TV, so that's funny. Are you ready for, like, Wednesday? Same. I'm a little scared, especially because I wasn't as excited about it this year, so I didn't memorize my schedule yet. So I'm just gonna have to hope that I suddenly, miraculously, know my schedule on Wednesday. Even though I have done nothing to make that a reality. There we go. Okay. Where's my eyedropper? I'm gonna need that. Yeah, same. I wrote it down, but I wrote it in a, like, notebook, so I'd feel kind of weird having it out while I'm, like, in the hallway and stuff. I feel like people already think that I'm a freshman no matter how old I get, so that'll only make that worse. But honestly, I'm getting to a point where I don't really care. I don't know if I want to start out with my base coat or if I want to just do the flats and go in with the shading later. I've been really swapping between the two methods lately, so I don't know. Just gonna start putting some water. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because I don't know, I used to like just lay down like a flat base coat, but lately I've been adding the lighting in that layer, and that's made everything way easier. But Then I don't know the colors I'm going to use, so I don't know what base coat color I might need. I don't know, I'm a mess. It's going to be a mess. That's okay. Ooh, it looks a lot crisper now. I guess leaving it a still frame for so long, it finally focused. Hi, second person. I noticed there's somebody else watching. Hello. I'm, like, almost ready to start this painting. I'm just, like, getting everything ready in my palette. Slightly off frame. I might zoom out a little bit. You can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, I know. I actually really like this drawing. I drew it when I was having a really bad art day, so I thought it was going to be literal garbage. But then I watched a video of somebody designing fashion or something, and I got bored, and I worked on it again, and I loved it, so. Kind of a diss to whoever made that video, but I actually did like the thing they were doing. Oh my god, wait, it's you again! So glad to see you. You didn't miss anything when I left my last stream, because, like, I didn't end up staying for much longer, because my phone literally spontaneously died right in the middle of me, like, talking. Also, the delay from, like, me saying something to it actually being on the stream is, like, a full 30 seconds. So if I take a second to respond to something, that's probably why. Dude, that's totally fine. Oh yeah, I forgot I did another one yesterday. That one went bad. But it's okay. Honestly, I was uninspired when I was doing that one too. So I didn't really end up getting anything done. I wasn't super productive. I find it's a lot easier to record myself drawing when I'm already in the later stages of the drawing, like when I'm not sketching. I hate sketching while being recorded. Okay, I think we're finally ready to do the step we've been waiting for. Ew. Oh my god. These have gotten crunchy since I last used them. Jesus. Ooh, that's pretty. That's definitely gonna be my shading color. I'm gonna steal my mom's phone sometime and use that to get a second angle while I draw, so you can see my face while I make silly, stupid expressions while I draw. Okay. Where do I want this lighting to be coming from? I don't think about anything till last minute. All of my supplies are covered in dog hair, and I hate it, but it's just how things are. Sometimes my dog seems to purposefully get her hair in my supplies, like, she sees that I have my... Oh my god, wait, I have that set out right next to me. I literally have it open right next to me right now. Look at this. So that's funny. I love them. They're great. I just don't record myself doing my line art, so you can never really see when I'm using them. I don't know, it trips me up because I have to sit... Oh my god, yeah, exactly. I have curly hair, so my hair is a disaster as it is, but then I also have a Labrador Retriever, and it's the summer right now where I live. Ohio has, like, awful weather for no good reason. But, yeah, so it's hot right now, and she sheds like crazy. I already shed like crazy, but she's bad. She's bad. So all of my paint has gross hair in it, and I try not to show it when I record. But like, yeah. Bye! I'm glad you came to get it started. I really appreciate that. And I'm sorry we couldn't go live together today. We need to do that another time because it was fun. I'm really surprised this TV method actually worked. I didn't expect it to be so functional. Oh yeah, I tried to make my previous live public after the fact, so like, can you confirm if that's actually public? Because I don't know. I can never tell with these things. Sometimes things show up on my end that I don't think show up for anybody else. I think I might have a new second person. So hello, if that is a new person. Also, I can just tell that at some point during this painting, my face is going to end up being in frame. Or my, like, the back of my head is just going to block everything. Because I like to basically do yoga over top of my drawings to get the right angle. I'm trying really hard not to, but I don't know, if it comes down to it, just ignore it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I can only ever draw while I'm sitting on the floor for, like, some reason. I don't know why I do that, but I just can't draw while I sit at a table. It's gotta be on my bedroom floor. Hence why there's so much hair and everything as well, to be honest. But I end up doing, like, really weird poses to get the angle I need to see what I'm doing properly. Because I can't really use an easel because then all my paint would fall down and look wacky. Not the effect I'm going for. I just find that this works for watercolor. I'm really glad I got one of these sketchbooks again because I hadn't used this kind in a really long time. I've been using the Etcher one, but I just started to get really scared of it because it was so, like, nice. I felt like I couldn't draw anything in it. I'm still gonna use it, I just, like, didn't want to have it as my main sketchbook anymore. Too much pressure. Oh, really? I love to hear people that watch me do watercolor. It's such a good medium. It just, like, works. It's very versatile. I think I got into it for the same reason that a lot of people did, like when I saw Tomatica using it as, like, a replacement for alcohol markers. And I was like, ooh, wait, that's actually a really good idea. I want to do that too. Because alcohol markers get so expensive when you're trying to collect them. It feels like no matter how big my collection would get, like, I would still never have the exact color I needed for something. I don't. I'm an only child. I feel like people get that vibe from me pretty quickly, just by the way I act. 'Cause I'm kind of a weird person. I don't know, that sounds cringe, but like, it's just kind of true. I did not learn how to act from anybody who was like older than me. One of the weird things I find that's like kind of funny that it's different from me and people who do have siblings is that I don't really mind sharing, because I didn't really have to like fight to have my stuff to myself when I was a kid. So when people want something from me, I'm like, yeah, sure. I remember I just used to share all my stuff with my mom because she's like the smallest adult that I know. Yeah, I know, right? It's like really easy to tell. I knew I'd forget something. I left my cloth on the other side of the room. This is probably one of my dingiest supplies. It's like a random cloth that came with the Paul Rubens set. It's so nasty now. And it's been washed a bunch of times. Like my mom, she'll see how gross it's getting and she'll wash it, and then immediately, like clockwork, I'll decide to do a painting and I'll be missing it. Yeah, I get that. I definitely get that. My mom she had 3. So I have a lot of relatives. Like, I grew up around my cousins a lot until like they all just like moved away spontaneously at the same time and quit talking to my grandparents. I have like the weirdest living situation. It's really hard to explain, but like I live next to my grandparents on a private property, in the little house that they built when they were younger, and they live in the big house. So I help them with like farm work because we live on a tree farm. I remember it was funny, one of my friends, I mentioned that I lived on a farm to him, and he was like, what? And I'd known him for so long, and he just like didn't know that, and I was like, how could you not tell? And he was like, I don't know, you just don't give off those vibes. And the funny thing was that I was wearing a shirt that said the name of the farm, like the name of the family business connected to the farm, and I was like, the shirt really didn't give it away. I wear this like all the time. I need to fix this over here because some shading from the back leg got on the top of this, and it's gonna be weird if I leave it there. There we go. That came up way easier than I thought it would. That's what I like about cellulose paper. It's way easier to get the paint out of it if you make a mistake. But you still have to worry about like lifting. But I've also had that problem with cotton paper, so it's just kind of unavoidable, honestly. There we go. That's a pretty good base color, I think. This is literally my favorite part. I love seeing these two colors, like the one that I use for the shading and the one that I use for the base, like meld together. It's so satisfying. Kinda. School starts this week for me. So the day after tomorrow is my first day of school. I don't know how to feel about it right now, honestly, because I didn't memorize my schedule. And I'm just generally nervous to go back. I don't know. I'm a nervous person in general, so just all the time. But yeah, both are soon. Super sad. Is your school like mean or something? Or do you just really like summer? Because both can be true. I used to go to summer camp, so that always made me sad when school would come back around, because then obviously camp would be ending, and I really liked it. Yeah, I get that. Other places, I think, do have longer summers, and sometimes I get jealous. It gets shorter every year, too. Like, the fair in my county came around so fast this year because they had to compete with school getting sooner and sooner and kept having to move the fair sooner. That is a pretty little base coat. Sorry for how glitchy this is. I can see on my TV that it looks really glitchy, and I wish it didn't. So that sucks. Finally onto the flats. This is where it should start to come together a lot more. I don't draw shiny things super often, and I do want this dress to be kind of like satiny, so let's see how that ends up turning out. There we go. I like that. I'm content. Thank you. The colors look so pale on my TV. I guess that's what you get when you use the flash. I'll take a picture of this when I'm done with it, or like record a TikTok and upload it to YouTube so that you can see what the colors look like more accurate. Thank you very much. I like this piece. I really do. I like when I feel kind of art blocked, but then I still end up making something that I like because I push through it a little bit. I mean, trying to make something when you feel that way is hard, but sometimes it can be worth it a little bit. I mean, I've definitely had times where I try to draw something when I'm art blocked and it comes out looking like absolute ass. But I don't know, sometimes I get something good. With this one, I kind of put it away for a couple days. Like, I started on it while I was in an art block, like I did the sketch then, and then 2 days later I came back and did the line art, but I changed the sketch a little bit and it looked a lot better. I don't know what hair color I want to do for her, because maybe she'd look best blonde. I think that might work. Maybe a little bit of strawberry blonde, because there's so much purple in the piece that yellow would probably pop. I love layering yellow over like a really light pink. Since that's my base coat, I think it'll look really pretty. But I don't know how cool I want the yellow to be. Oh my god, that got like neon really fast. No. Yeah, that's a good point. I have some mixed up here, I'll add that in. Get a slightly more... Yeah, that'll work. Maybe some pink, just a hint. I sometimes just get so lost while I'm mixing colors. So I'm like, that's not exactly what I wanted. So I'm gonna keep messing it up until I get something that's almost completely the opposite of what I wanted. So I'm gonna call it there, because that's probably as good as it's gonna get. So what was your favorite thing that you did this summer? I feel like I haven't asked enough questions about you. Random piece of hair. Oh, that's sweet. Did y'all like do some fun activities? Did you do a little bit of travel? Or was it just like just getting to be around them a little more because you weren't as busy with school? Yeah. I'm definitely a homebody. Like, I don't go out a whole lot. I'm glad. That sounds fun. When I do go out, it's usually with my friends instead of my family. Like, my best friend, I don't know what to call him. We're gonna call him Dave. My best friend Dave. His family's a little bit more like financially stable than mine, so they go out and they do a lot of fun stuff, and he always invites me, and it's a good time. It's a good time. I was thinking of making a video about him sometime, because we have some good stories. Really? Thanks. I can start scripting that sometime soon. I found that I definitely benefit from trying to write my videos down before I film them. Or else I just, like, have no clue what to say. Or, like, I get ahead of myself when I'm trying to tell a story. Ew, oh my god, I messed up this skin tone so bad. It's not a bad skin tone, it's actually my skin tone. Maybe if I just lighten it a little bit. Yeah. A little bit of yellow goes a long way with watercolor. It's one of the more opaque pigments. Oh, there we go. That's gonna look better when I line it. I like a rosy skin tone with some very peachy undertones. And that looks pretty close to what I want. I say maybe close enough. There we go. One of my friends, I've been waiting to hear back from her about her schedule for like a week. She is so hard to get in touch with because she's very anti-charging her phone because the port is broken, so she has to use a different type of charger, and she complained about it, and I'm like, dude, it's even easier for you to charge your phone. What are you talking about? So I don't know if we have lunch together, and I was really, really hoping we would. I didn't get lunch with Dave, which was a little bit sad, because one of my other besties, what do we call him? I'm just gonna call him he has a difficult name to come up with another name with the same letter for some reason. I'm gonna call him Cody. Cody is going to a different school this year, so we had to say our farewells. And he's usually the friend that I get lunch with. Him and Cupcake, who is always on my live streams. Those two are usually my lunch buddies, but this year I still got Cupcake, so I've secured at least one lunch buddy, but I was really hoping that I would get a couple more, but we'll see. Now I'm lost as to what color I should make the shoes. Maybe turquoise? I love pink. I love like the red-green combo, but you have to change the colors a little bit or else you end up with something really Christmassy. That's not usually the vibe I'm going for. Pretty pretty. I think we're gonna give her some very... What is something really funny in childhood that you still remember? Okay, I have a few. I had a really weird childhood. The first one is pretty tame, but all of my family, every birthday of anybody, it can be my birthday, it can be my mom's birthday, they will want to talk about the time I dropped my mom's cake. Because I was 3 years old and I was trying to be helpful by bringing her giant sheet cake into the house. And I just dropped the entire thing, just cake side first, into the gravel. So that was really sad. And my mom, I think she cried. So it's not funny to me, but everybody in my family thinks it's hilarious to talk about, and I'm like, honestly, it's still a sore spot. I don't want to keep hearing about it. Let me think. I chipped one of my teeth in half. It's my front tooth. So now I have a fake one. The bottom half of my left side front tooth is completely fake, and it's stained from drinking coffee, so now it's yellow. So one half of one of my teeth in the front is noticeably a different color than all of my other teeth. That's a little bit funny to me. I can laugh about it because I know I'm going to end up replacing that tooth eventually. It's not a permanent stay. Yeah, it sucked. The worst thing was I couldn't eat foods that I liked for about 3 months because the nerve was open on the tooth. So everything hurt to eat. Let me think. Really? That's a new one. My reason for being kind of 50-50 about coffee is that it makes me really anxious. It didn't used to have that effect, but now I just get super, super anxious when I drink too much of it. And it also makes me shake a lot, so I can't draw after I've drank some coffee. So that's why it's kind of 50-50 for me. But I've been drinking it ever since I was a toddler, so it's kind of hard to let it go. Not like caffeinated, but my mom used to give me decaf because I was curious because she would drink it around me. I really lost just where I want to go with the rest of the shoe. Maybe I'll have green accents. Really bright, bold, toxic green. I have a thing for fluorescent colors, like those really bright colors that when they're all together, they kind of like, chest feels tight. I used to get that really bad. We went to, we did Camp Ohio from my school one year, and it was just a day trip, but it was when I was having that problem a lot. And so I was extremely anxious the whole time, and I kept thinking I was going to have a heart attack because my chest kept hurting. So that's one of the reasons I don't know, I have mixed feelings about coffee these days, is because I used to get that. I seriously used to think as a kid that I was going to die of like a heart attack whenever I got that feeling, but I came to find out that it's actually not abnormal. Yeah. I think I'm gonna total at like 3 colors on this one shoe. I feel like this shoe is almost the focal point of this painting, especially because all of the waves of the dresses are flowing towards it. So your eyeball definitely gets led there by the way it's composed. Yeah. Yep. It's true. She used to freak me out as a kid. yeah, one funny thing I haven't gotten to talk about yet on my channel. It's not really a childhood story because it's very recent, but I am technically a child, so in that way it's a childhood story. But my best friend Dave and I, oh my god, it just feels weird calling him that. We started a quote book in our freshman year called the Quote Book. It got auto-corrected and we just left it that. And it is so long now, and everything in it is absolute comedy gold. I swear to God, I just scroll through it sometimes in public when I'm bored, and then I almost like have a breakdown trying not to laugh weirdly in front of a bunch of random people. But I was thinking a thing I might do on my channel is at the end of every one of my like 7-minute videos, I share one of the quotes that are in the book. I'll ask my friends' permission first though, because not all of them are mine. Like, I didn't write all of them. I know, right? It's just like a nice thing to scroll through and like see. Some of them are things that my friends have said, and some of them are things that like we just heard in passing, but it's definitely like connected to our friendship for sure. But a lot of them are gross. So that's the thing that sort of deterred me from showing it thus far. Like, one of them is from an anime. I forget what it's called. It's one of those animes where a bunch of people are, like, connected by their phones for some reason. I don't know. Why did I just color that? I did not mean to do that. Not even looking. I don't know, I just forget. But at one point the guy, he says to somebody else, he's like, I'm not abusing her, I'm abutilizing her. And that has to be one of my favorites in the Quote Book. Because I swear I know some people who... Oh my god, really? What's your favorite? We can recommend something to each other. Because I've seen some good ones. That's the first anime that Dave watched, because he used to be very anti-watching anime with my other friend and I, but we wanted him to like try one out as like a gateway drug, so we got him to watch Demon Slayer and Hunter x Hunter, and he liked both of them. So we successfully turned him into a weeb using that show. One of my favorite animes is Sunny Boy. I feel like it does not get the recognition it deserves. Really? Like fan art or like just inspired by? I keep not mixing enough of the color I want. I swear I have such a bad habit of that. Inspired. That's cool. I used to be really inspired by like Attack on Titan. I really, really liked the designs and like the technology and stuff that was involved in that show. I'm not really into it anymore, but I still think it was a cool period of my art. Made me branch out and try drawing things. But yeah, I would strongly recommend the anime Sunny Boy. It does not get the recognition it deserves, and it's so good. It's like, I like how little like fan service there is in it. There isn't a bunch of like random panty shots or anything like that. And I don't know, it's weird. It's like one of those surreal shows where the plot is really abstract. The visuals are interesting. It doesn't look like a lot of other anime. It's on Hulu. It is on Hulu. So if you have Hulu, I would strongly recommend it. Just a little bit of lip blush. Not too much so I don't want to look on my palm. There we go. This is so blurry. I only just now noticed that the angle I'm showing my drawing at is really weird. I should have caught on to that quicker. There we go. That should look a little bit better. I'm definitely getting towards the end of this drawing. So I'm trying to think what else I might do. Now I'm just futzing. Oh my god, that's gonna take so long to focus. I think we're at gel pen time. What size gel pen should I be using now? Ooh, that's the perfect one. There we go. The shoes ended up being a really murky color, but I think I like it. It kind of looks like they're covered in grime. And I like me some good old grime in a drawing. Oh, I forgot to color the wings. Darn. Hold on. Really, it's going to be more of a tint because I want these to be very light. I love drawing wings in my style because it's always my mission to make them a little bit smaller than the last time I drew wings. So they just get tinier and tinier and tinier. I used to draw really big wings because I used to draw like angel characters. Back when I was inspired by like Attack on Titan and stuff. It's hard to explain what the correlation was because I don't really remember. But it was a very similar storyline I was coming up with. And I would draw these big wings and I'd put all these details in the feathers and they still looked like trash. But at the time I was really proud of all the time I would spend on them. But now I draw these little tiny baby wings. Maybe I'll make them blue. I don't know, that seems risky though. Maybe just a tint of blue. Phthalo blue. Every time I use my phthalo blue, I think of Bob Ross. And then I get really happy, and then I get really sad. My grandma didn't know that Bob Ross was dead. I felt bad being the one to tell her that. Like, I feel like I just like ruined that for her. So it made me sad when I found out. I see him so much when I scroll through TikTok. Like, there's this one video of him, like, showing off his little bird friend in one of his tutorials, and it was really cute. I've always had a thing about, like, exotic pets. I love exotic pets. I love when people have birds as pets and, like, reptiles and rats and stuff. I used to be really into rodents. I had, like, 3 of them. Sorry if there's a weird noise in the background. I think my mom has started to text me. I know it's my mom because she's texting me a lot. Check that. Is that that? I think I'm going to use some more of this color as a bounce light and add some more details to the shadows. I think it'll look better if I go back in and do that. It'll just make more sense for the type of fabric it is. Don't want to overwork it though. Huh. Dropping my stuff everywhere. I knew my hair would end up being in the frame. There it is. I'm watching it on playback on my TV. I expected it though. I have really big hair, so it was gonna happen. I'm trying to think where to go from here. Because I knew it. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna add a little bit more color back into the shadows of the hair. So you look a little desaturated right now. Looks nice. There's a nice little reddish color for the skin. That's too powerful. I'm thinking I might try and go live like once a week in the future. That might be fun. It's kind of the easiest way for me to show my painting process, because my phone doesn't have a lot of storage space, and I don't actually have to use any of it to make a live stream. It just like can upload easily. And then for longer videos, I'll do those like story times and stuff. Or like, not for longer videos, but like for regular videos. There we go. I think that's where I'm gonna call it for today, or else my phone is literally gonna light on fire. Wait, hold on. I'm just gonna like say a quick goodbye. Thank you for watching, to anybody who was here the whole time or who stopped in recently to see the process. I'm gonna like do a community post or upload a TikTok of the painting so you can see it a little better than what it showed up as in the live. Oh yeah, also I wanted to show my dog. I've never shown my dog before on YouTube. Bye!